Hey, my name is Rashad Thomas, and I did my book talk on one of my favorite books in the YA genre called Perks of Being a Wallflower. Excuse the brightness on my iPad. I'm currently diving into digital books as a campaign and preserving and all things digital in the media center that I work for or work in at St. McDonald Middle School. So Perks of Being a Wallflower is a book by Stephen Chbosky, a well-known author, mainly because of this book selling so many copies when it came out, and of course when it became a big hit on the movie screen, and that made millions of people wanted to read the book even more. A little bit about the book. Of course, the author is Stephen Chbosky. The release date was February the 1st in 1999. The publisher is called Pocket Books, but it soon became another publisher when they redid it when the movie came out, MTV Books. The length of the book, original book was 256 pages. The age recommendation is 14 to 18, and the grade range is ninth through 12th grade. A little bit about the book as a summary. It's about a boy, social awkward kid that's coming into high school named Charlie. Growing up in a small town, he considers himself a wallflower. Always watching people from afar, not really trying to engage in the social life or student life at the school that he attends. Until he meets two funny, bright, charismatic individuals who are brothers and stepbrother and stepsister who eventually becomes his mentor slash friends. The two people were Sam and Patrick. They helped Charlie basically find himself, discover himself as a young teen, growing up as a teenager in this town, where it's often and easy to be looked over because of things such as sports and so on. Um, he goes on to discover himself through the joys of like first love, friendship, his love for music, and so much more. He soon begins to struggle at times and then often decline greatly as he begins to process things that happened in his life, as well as trying to struggle and battle with the fact that his newfound friends were getting ready to leave to go off to college soon. Um, some questions that I picked up from the book were discuss the form of the book. Why does Charlie address his letters to an unknown flame? Kind of wrote some notes down for that. The Perks of Being a Wallflower is basically a novel, which means that it is written in the form of letters. This epistolary, excuse me if my word is wrong, the narration of entirely one-sided throughout the book, since the novel only consists of letters that Charlie writes, not the ones that he received. The letters act more like a diary um, than a true back and forth correspondence between another person. The letters also make the novel resemble the Diary of Anne Frank, in my opinion, in its form, because Anne addresses her diary entries to a fictional friend whom she calls Kitty. So I kind of had the similarities from that. Another question that I have was, what is the significance of the mixtapes in the novel? And the act of making a mixtape for the since certain occasion of certain person demonstrates a special level of attention and care. A mixtape can serve as a memory or a time capsule to harness a special moment and mood. And he often had those moments where he would make mixtapes for his friends or Sam or something like that, or he would listen to mixtapes from another person. Um, Throughout the musical history, music is known to enhance feelings and to express feelings to people without having to worry about using words on the fly or words um, in person, where you can just um, put a whole bunch of words together through song or through different songs to express how you feel about somebody. Some of my favorite quotes in the book is that we accept the love we think we deserve. which is probably one of my favorite quotes right now. Period. Let's go. Let's go be psychos together. And of course, I would die for you, but I would live for you. I won't live for you. Editorial reviews. I picked up two from Kirkus Reviews and Publishers Weekly, and both of them kind of talk about how this coming of age book in the Y universe is something that is greatly needed, and young kids in high school should read this book and begin to understand the difference between social people of the word that I'm looking for, popularity to those kids that might be overlooked, and also have to consider mental illness as a factor as well. So it's something that is an eye opener that the publishers felt that it'll be something great that students can take advantage of in reading this book and learn and then express themselves not only socially but find them true selves through different things such as music and so on. The average review was 4.6 out of 5 stars. A little bit about Steven Chbosky. He was born on January 25th, 1970 in Pittsburgh, PA. He received his bachelor's at the University of Southern Cal. His genre of books that he writes in is YA. He wrote the screenplay for a 2005 film Rent, which is one of my favorite movies, and he is a director and novelist. The other one other book that he's written besides Perks of Being a Wallflower is Imaginary Friend, which came out this year. So definitely a good read. Perks of Being a Wallflower is something that I greatly recommend. That if somebody didn't have not watched it yet, they should not only watch it, excuse me, read it and then watch the movie. Definitely do so. It's definitely a touching movie. Um, I can relate to this guy in so many ways. Growing up in high school and trying to find myself and stuff like that. So it's definitely a movie that people can relate to, whether you are the jock or you are the person trying to find yourself, or somebody who's trying to find his identity in so many different ways sexually as well plays a big important role in this book as well. Trying to find yourself, who are you and what do you want to do with your life in so many ways. So I definitely recommend picking up this book.